excited to welcome our moderator for the Mindful Manicures panel, Asia Bloodworth.
My name is Asia Bloodworth. My name is Asia Bloodworth. I'm from the Washington, D.C. metropolitan area. Hello. So I'm a latest cosmetologist, nail artist, podcaster, also a illustrator. I'm a SMAT, certified artist graduate, a major in illustration in modern fibers. 300 interviews for beauty, art, fashion, interviewing different people such as James Arnold, also James Sanders, who's a journalist and fashion stylist, and many other guests. So I'm glad to be here and to teach you all.
Did you guys hear me? Okay, perfect. All right, so we have our panel speakers, Beverley Outland and Ari Smith, joining.
Hi everyone. Just want to make sure it's worked. Can you hear me all right?
Hello everyone. So for today's panel, it's about mindful manicures and self-care. Here with me are my two guests, two panelists for this lovely discussion. Please welcome Beverley Outland from Chillhouse and Ari Smith from Sweet 11. A round of applause. So I'm going to kick off this question by asking, tell us more about who you both are and give some history as far as how you grew up to where you are today. Either way you guys can start.
All right, well, hi, I'm Beverley Outland. I'm originally from a super small town in Northern California. My love and passion for nail art and design and nail polish really started at a super young age. My mom actually gets acrylics done religiously every 2 weeks. So there's something super nostalgic about the smell, the scents, going into a salon. And I started getting my nails done when I was 4. She started me off with getting my little pinkies done, would only let me get glitter polish, and then I started to explore a little bit more, go into different designs. I'd go to my nail tech and be like, can we try doing like a ladybug one day? And then candy corns and Halloween time, but just being super fun and playful with it. But that's kind of the beginning. I moved to New York when I was 18. I went to St. John's out in Queens. And then I decided to go a little bit further and study abroad, and ended up getting my degree in London. So,
Yeah, that's awesome. What about you, Ari?
I don't have one of those stories, and I always used to say, how can I do things like this because I don't have an inspirational story. My mom was a teenage mom. I didn't really get to spend a lot of time with her. So when I did, we would spend time. Oh, I just seen her. I would spend time with her in nail salons, getting our nails done. That was our bonding thing. So nails were just kind of my thing growing up. And then when I turned 18, I woke up in a full body rash. Every place you could think of, I had a rash. And then I went to the dermatologist. I was misdiagnosed a bunch of times. Finally found an allergist who was able to identify my allergies to 8 chemicals in foods. One of which was chemicals that's found in nail polish. So I decided to create my own because there was no way I was getting my nails done. So Sweet 11 will be 5 in a few weeks. And, thank you. So that's kind of my story. I don't really have, I didn't study nails or anything like that. It's just kind of turning a hobby into my career.
So I want to get into this question, Ari. So what gave you the confidence to create your own business, and what was that process like?
I definitely had no confidence. I just kind of did it. At first, I was pushing my sister and my mom to do it. I had the idea, but I was like, I can't do this. I can't public speak. I can't be the face of anything. And then, sometimes you have a calling and it's yours. So they wasn't really picking up on it, and I just kind of ran with it. I just kept going to work, and every check I would just pay towards something until I went a little bit too far, and I was like, okay, we can't back out of this now. We got an LLC, we got a business card, so it's just about just keep going after that.
Yes, absolutely, most definitely. So my question to you, Beverly, is this. Can you explain to us what are the responsibilities of product development and cosmetics? And was that initially your focus in obtaining your bachelor's degree in communications and marketing?
No, it wasn't. I originally wanted to be in fashion, but I couldn't get a way in. And my last year of school, I got a really cool opportunity to work for a color cosmetics company in London, and that was my first step in the door of working in the media industry. You know, product development and supply chain are super, super gnarly, but I think the focus is finding your niche target. So Chillhouse, we were founded in 2017 with a brick and mortar salon and spa on the Lower East Side, and that's our anchor, truly, for everything. When we're, you know, developing new products or, you know, wanting to listen to what the customer wants, I think that's the most important thing, right? So.
Yeah, absolutely. So I want to shift gears and talk about mental wellness. So I'm seeing an article that's titled, Does Gen Z Struggle More with Mental Health Than Millennials? Dating back September 2023. It discussed the struggles of mental wellness among Gen Z and millennials from ages 12 to 26. The first paragraph says this: a smaller share of Gen Z is thriving compared to millennials at the same age. And members of Gen Z are far less likely to describe their mental health as excellent, according to a new study. So we live in an era of, you know, mental health and where mental wellness is more talked about. With it being such a hot topic, what is your approach in providing mental health services for your clients? Either one of you guys can start.
I unintentionally feel like I designed the space and the services to promote mental health in a sense. We had a client come in a few months ago and she said that she feels like Sweet 11 checks off all the 5 senses. So how you feel, how it smells, the music you listen to, the way the wine tastes. And I think that's it's just divine timing really, because I can't explain like how we came up with that. It's just about being authentic to what we believe in, and like every day I show up and I'm just myself and I bring that to the space. And I think that it reflects in the services that we offer, the music that you hear. I never want you to come to the space and feel rushed or like you're not welcomed. So our services are not like 30 minutes in and out. You gotta go, like, no, sit here, kick back. The lighting is intentional, the seating is intentional, the playlist, the staff, most definitely. It just works together.
Yeah, absolutely. And what I love about now, like, mental health is more focused on more talked about. And I like what you both stand for is not being about just the service of clients, but also making sure the client is comfortable, relaxed with you, and, you know, trusting you as well. So I think that trust is very, very important. You know what I mean? I think that when clients come to us, we're as therapists, not only just, you know, promoting and, you know, performing, you know, services. They come to us, you know, as a way to relax, you know, like come to a spa, you know, get a massage or, you know, your hand rub or things like that. So definitely I'm glad that mental health is more shine a light on nowadays, especially in the era of social media. So I want to get into as far as with self-care. So on social media, beauty and aesthetics are held in high level state. What is the process from a business standpoint in educating consumers on weaving their way through thousands of products, promising magic in a bottle?
Well, there really isn't magic in a bottle, you guys. I mean, it really starts back with self-care and your mental well-being, and I think that from the inside really like shines through. I mean, anybody who says that there's magic in a bottle, they're lying to you. Sorry, but I think it's our, you know, businesses and business owners' responsibilities to support the customer, listen to the customer, you know, provide services or products that you can take moments for yourself at home, even if it's just painting your nails in front of the TV, sitting with your dog. I mean, just, yeah, I think it's our responsibility to not over fluff or over-promise, and just be as transparent as possible.
Yes, absolutely. Anything you want to add, Ari?
I agree 100%.
Absolutely. So I want to get into, as far as in the theme of this panel discussion, in your own words, how would you describe the importance of creating environments that promote mental wellness and rejuvenation?
Wait, can you repeat that? The last bit, sorry.
So in the theme of this panel discussion, in your own words, how would you describe the importance of creating environments that promote mental wellness and rejuvenation?
I think I want to say it's important, but I don't know if that's cliche. I think it depends on who you are and what you believe in. So you're gonna walk into any room and you're gonna receive what you give. I'm very intentional about who I let touch me, my hair, my nails, where I shop, whatever that means. So for me personally, I won't go somewhere if I know it doesn't feel good. That's how I prioritize my mental health and like my well-being.
To piggyback on that, Ari, I mean, I totally agree. It's protecting your space, your energy, and not letting, anybody kind of deplete that, right? I mean, because especially now and with social media and, going into places, you should feel comfortable. You shouldn't feel like you go in and all of a sudden it's like, ooh, I'm done, But, so yeah, agree.
So I have a question for you both that's about the mental wellness of those of us in the industry. So I'm an artist, I'm a nail artist and illustrator. I have a bachelor's degree in illustration. One of the things that's very, very common that my peers talk about is the lack in learning the business aspect of the industry, the creative industry, especially the beauty and nail industry. So I have two questions with this part. So number one, what are your suggestions on how freelancers should figure out how to price their work? And number two, what are your suggestions to individuals who would like to market their talents to a company or business owner?
Okay, ask me the first question first. Ask me the first
Oh,
question.
the first question. Okay. What are your suggestions on how freelancers should figure out how to price their work?
What you feel like you're worth. I'm still struggling with that. I don't even pay myself. So maybe this is not a question for me. But it's definitely what you feel like you're worth. No number is too small. Don't cheat yourself. I'm learning that. I was talking to my accountant and he was like, if you feel like you're worth $100 an hour, you're worth $100 an hour. There's no cap on what you're worth.
I mean, yeah, Art, again, I agree. It's really knowing your worth because people want you at the end of the day. They know you. They know what you can do. So it's like, drive that price up. They will pay for it. You know what I mean? And it's like we're constantly, as women in the beauty and nail space, like we're underestimated. But we are so talented. There are things that we can do that nobody else can do. So capitalize on that. Know that, trust that, and like trust in yourself. I think that'll go a long way.
Absolutely. Now, my second question is, what are your suggestions to individuals who would like to market their talents to a company or business owner?
I mean, honestly, connect. Build your networking. Chat with people. If you see somebody shopping or grabbing coffee and you like their vibe, you like their energy, they have sick nails, they have sick style, talk to them. It doesn't hurt. We all are still craving that interpersonal communication, that contact. I think that we really missed out on COVID. So I think that's something that, we can tap into a little bit more. Also just reaching out to people on LinkedIn, on Instagram, sending them some of your work. I mean, I love to see that, and I want to support, artists. So, yeah, I mean, all of that can go a long way.
Absolutely. Anything you want to add, Ari?
Yeah, I definitely think that networking is important, connecting is important, but for me, I learned that connecting with the people that aligns with what you're trying to do and where you're trying to go, I could reach out to someone that works at, give me something, like Louis Vuitton or something, right? But that doesn't necessarily align with what I'm trying to do. So that would be like a wasted no, kind of, and then you feel depleted and you feel like, oh, this door is shut in my face, but you don't know that there's not to toot my own horn, a sweet 11 that's waiting for you to walk through their doors, right? So really tapping in and figuring out like what works for you, what spaces you work well in, and just getting clear on your vision. I think that helps.
Yeah, absolutely. And the thing is, it's definitely important to understand your worth and your value. Always price what you're worth. You know what I mean? If you've improved in skill in terms of nail artistry, you have a right to up your, your pricing and things like that. Say, hey, like my nail sets, my custom nail sets are, $100, $200, $300 plus dollars, and it becomes the aspect of you put the time and the work to build your skill and to build that confidence in your artistry. So definitely pricing what your work is very, very important. Also connecting to networking, you know what I mean? That's definitely important as well. Don't be afraid to make these connections and really, have your own tribe as far as, who you can go to for mentoring and for help as well. So definitely those things are absolutely important. So thank you so much to Beverley and Ari for jumping onto this panel discussion. So we're going to open up the floor in the next 10 to 15 minutes as far as Q&A. So anyone who has a question, give us your name, raise your hand, of course, and a question either for Ari or Beverley or both. So we'll go ahead and open the floor now. Yes.
My name is Courtney.
Hi, Courtney.
Hi, thank you both for sharing. My question, I guess, is mostly to Ari. I feel like recently a lot of women that I know that do nails have started to speak about allergic reactions kind of out of nowhere, whether it's years of doing acrylic and then one day they get allergic like you said, or I transitioned from acrylic to Gel X, or I've even heard people say they're allergic to eyelash glue and nail products, and I guess as a consumer of nail art, I'm curious what specifically in the product that you created has to do with that, because you mentioned that, and so I'm curious to know about the product.
So for me, it was camphor specifically, which is I know it's in Vicks and things like that. It was causing bubbles and blisters, kind of things in my hand and stuff. I'm not a scientist and I'm not a doctor, and that's something we're supposed to tell you guys. But it would really depend on the product, and I think I don't know if you're experiencing this necessarily, but for your friends or if you ever are, it's important just to kind of do more research on what it is that you're using. Sometimes for acrylic, for example, there are adhesives that are being used that are not legal in the United States. There's the cheaper route that sometimes nail salons go. You just really will never know. Sometimes you don't know what it is that's being used.
Thank you.
Yes.
Hi, I'm Imani Shade. My question is for Ari. What is your advice for a nail artist who wants to launch their own nail products?
Do it.
Straightforward, do it.
Go home today, right now, their homework and do it.
Yes.
Hi everybody, my name is Asia as well. I'm a photographer, creative director, and I also have skincare. But I just wanted to ask two questions. One for you, actually to both of you guys in regards to knowing your worth and how to price things, and just talking about, sorry I'm nervous, your skills. But that's something that I struggle with in photography a lot. And I know that I'm amazing, but it's you get in your own way. So what are things that you practice to get out of your way?
Honestly, I talk to myself a lot to hype myself up because words are so powerful. I also have a beautiful little emotional support dog named Martin. And I feel me being hype about myself, he gets excited too. But I would just say for your photography, create a portfolio, go back. You have friends who are also photographers and be hey, what's your rate? And kind of just poke around and see. And then kind of be well, okay, my work is similar, but maybe you can inflate it a little bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I am definitely confident in the fact that what I do is different, and I know
Yeah.
But it's just always intimidating, I guess, because I don't know for a lot of you guys, but I taught myself everything that I do with photography. So I feel like that's where I get like intimidated because I'm not amazing at Photoshop, but I take amazing photos that I don't need to be good at Photoshop. So it's like when it comes to charging and the amount of time that I put into this, I've been doing this my whole life, and I have a lot of friends in the industry as well.
Yeah.
So it's like it's something that I want to get better at because I want to be able to also contribute to my friends' brands and everybody that does like dope shit around me. But it's always intimidating, especially working with people, because you know your worth, but like you also want to not give discount, but like collaborate with your friends and do things. But at some point, it's like, okay, like I know that you want to work with me, and I know that I have this value, but I don't know how to. Like every time I send an invoice, it's scary.
You know why? Because you're doubting yourself. So how can I believe you if you don't?
Yeah.
Right? And people are gonna try you. Everybody's not your customer. Everybody's not gonna be able to afford. But that's okay. You gotta find your way, find your people, tap into your craft. I don't know. I'm not familiar with photography, but I'm sure like you could lean on your friends and like see what they do. Maybe take some classes. But you definitely gotta believe in yourself.
And don't give too many discounts.
Yeah.
Like if they're your friends,
I've been doing
yeah.
it less, but I have to admit, like I'm 31. I've been doing this for like over 10 years now, and it's like just now that I recently put on my big girl pants, and I'm like, this, I'm like,
Well, hey, dirty 30, yeah.
I was on my own for 4 years. Like,
Yeah.
at some point I have to
Do it.
I was just curious. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Okay, so my name is also Asia. So my question is how about piggybacking off of, I know that people are saying, is it for something you just do it? But when it comes to products and stuff like that, you have to find wholesales, you have to get that product from somewhere. So how do you go about that without paying someone else hundreds of dollars for their list? Because that's also a thing.
Honestly, Google, LinkedIn, white pages. Powerful things, right? White pages, you can literally look, I don't know if that's like, but you literally can look up anybody. I mean, buyers, most of the time they have their like handle on Instagram of like their head buyer at Revolve or Shopop. But I mean, Shopop, Revolve, they will buy. They want to buy. Urban Outfitters or even smaller indie mom and pop shops, like go through their door, cold call them, email them. They will respond.
Yeah, but as far as getting the product itself, yeah, there you go, maybe wholesale, like manufacturer is basically what I'm gonna say.
Okay.
But that also
Yeah. So for NPD and for manufacturing, depends on, if you want to do it in the States or abroad. There's a really great platform called Pietra. It helps to link up, smaller businesses and, the scale of how much and what you want to manufacture. It's a newer platform, but it's great in terms of connecting you to anyone and everyone from India to China to Taiwan, even here in the States and also in Brazil. So Pietra, Pietra, Pietra.
Hi guys, my name is Adam. I don't do nails. I'm a spray tan artist, but I wanted to ask Beverley because I want to grow my clientele. I want people to know that spray tans are like really worth it, and it's a super healthy option. But I don't know how to grow my clientele, because sometimes people think that my service is I charge $150. I only do house calls, but sometimes people think like paying $150 for like 10 minutes. That's too much, So I want to know how to make people see that it's really worth it and it's going to be worth it paying $150 just for 10 minutes, because I love what I do and I love doing it because I know you're going to feel so much better, So.
I mean, even just from them, like I felt your excitement and your passion behind that. I think when you tell your clients that and even maybe amplify it a little bit more on social media, I mean, social media reaches so many people. work on collabs, you know, other things that align with you, like what Ari said earlier. I think that will help. And 10 minutes, I mean, 10 minutes is still great. You know, is there anything else that you could add on to make it a clean 15? You know what I mean? So it's an add-on, but you need to sell that and have them buy into it a little bit more, you know, but yeah, you can do it. Question.
Okay. Oh, hi. Let me just stand up here. Hi, good afternoon. My name is Darlene, and this question is for Ari. Will you recommend opting for HEMA-free nail products, considering their potential benefits for individuals with sensitive skin or allergies?
For sure, definitely.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Do you have a brand? Is that what you're asking?
No, because I have like high sensitive skin, so that's what I use. I use HEMA-free products.
Okay, well after, make sure to give me the information, for sure.
Yeah, thank you.
Hi, my name is Adila. I think my question is for Ari. Well, I have something that I want to add after as well. But Ari, you're a salon owner. I want to know what are some things that you had troubles with opening your salons, as I am like a future salon owner. What are some things you had troubles with, or some things that you found difficult opening your salons, and some things that you find difficult today, like things you have challenges with?
Well, everything. Everything is hard. Everything is. Thank you.
Exactly, it looks amazing.
Thank you. Everything is hard. I'm not gonna sit here and tell you, just no. It's hard. It's hard to get up every day and believe in it. It's hard to answer all the questions. Sometimes my team is in here and they ask me questions, and I'm like, who else I gotta answer? Like, you know, it was hard to never do something before, and I don't want to say I didn't have the guidance, but I feel like everybody around me, we were all doing it together for the first time. We learned so much through the process, and I think that's something that you really got to go into and experience for yourself, because it may be different for you than it was for me. But girl, everything is good.
Thank you. I did also want to say, I do nails as well. I'm a nail artist. And I know we all have challenges like pricing our art and things, no matter if it's like nails that you do. I think a little tip that helped me was identifying what I wanted to provide the people with, like if it's like luxury nail art that I'm providing, or if it's like I prefer to do basic sets, or like I want my clients to come in and get something quick but still really nice. Like I think finding what your little niche is about what you do, or in the art it is, and using that to scale your prices and, you know, charge your worth.
No, yeah, that was great. Take notes. Yeah, agree.
Hi, my name is Dee. I had a few questions, I guess, to piggyback off the last one. What are some of the little touches that you included in your business to really cement the self-care aspect, to really make people feel at home and really comfortable?
Is a question for me?
Both of you, I guess.
You said what are some touches to make clients feel at home, right? I think that Sweet 11 is literally like who I am, who my family is, kind of. So it wasn't too hard to make it exactly what we are, which is home for me. And the location is in Flatbush, and that's where we're from. And it was important for me to like create a space that we didn't have to like travel far for, or admire on TikTok, or like something in the hood, right, that felt good, that looked good. So I want to say, I don't know how to like really say like what we did, because it just kind of came together real natural. And just picking back off like my partner, my mom, my sister, like we all put our like little touches and what we felt, what feels good to us in the space. So it goes back to like me saying about being authentic to who you are. That literally is what Sweet 11 is.
My question is a companion to the whole concept that you talked about getting paid what you're worth. It's kind of, I guess, the next level. So I've actually done that, like raised my prices, had that go great, like increasing the prices per item from like $40 to $100, and it worked. Like I can pay my bills better, my customers are nicer, and not necessarily because like I have nicer people buying my stuff. I think I'm valuing it more, so they value it more. But then one thing that I still think about a lot, and I see discussed a lot in my community, and I'm really interested if you guys have also dealt with this, is then dealing with feeling guilt, not about getting, paying yourself the right rate, but feeling guilt about access. Because, I don't think most of us here are rich, so we all tend to very much identify with the customer base who loves our work, is respectful about it, is respectful about the fact that we want to get paid, and it's just like, okay, I'm gonna admire you from afar, and then it feels like discriminatory in a way, or it feels like we're not serving an audience that we would really love to serve. So how do you serve that audience and still get paid what you're worth?
I mean, there are a few answers, so I'm gonna go with kind of what's at the top of my dome right now. I mean, accessibility is so important, right? And I know you want to share yourself with the world and with everybody. Have you thought about doing lower tiers? Is there any flexibility that, maybe it's not as like top tier of what you would do and what you have as your highest rate, but maybe kind of segment it out to be like, okay, well, what if I do like on Fridays I do a flash sale, or there's something where it's like, you can give an opportunity for somebody to buy, maybe not at full price. I think that there are a few options there. Tiering is really great, and also discounts, because everybody loves a discount. I know I love a discount, but you don't have to run them too often. Maybe have set designs that you want to push, or a new design that you want to see and see what people think. I mean, those are a few options, but yeah.
Yeah, I've been doing experimenting with like still beautiful but lower labor products, and that's what I've been pushing for my accessibility. But I really like the idea of doing limited time sales, so that way it's the most engaged audience members get that. I've actually seen someone do that successfully, where they did a flash sale at 3 a.m. because they knew that they were so popular, but their production was so limited that it would crash their website if they did it during normal hours. So they're like, this way, it's just my stands who are gonna get it. Like the people who will wake up at 3 a.m. for my sale. So that's, I never put those two together. I love that. So.
Hi, I'm Yami. I have two things, if that's okay. Ari, do you make gel polish or just lacquer?
Gel polish is too expensive, girl. But we do use another black-owned vegan gel polish in the store.
Okay, can I ask you about that later? Okay. And also, I noticed that a lot of people here aren't nail techs, and I just wanted to say that some people think that going from acrylic to gel will be better for them, but acrylic gets a bad rep sometimes, but it's good for some people. I think on the subject of mindful manicures, I think people should just find a tech that actually cares about them and cares about their nails and is knowledgeable and informed in what they're doing. Because if you work with a client, you can recognize that something may work and may not. So don't just write off acrylic, don't just stop going to your person, because acrylic might be for you. Some people try gel and they're allergic to that too. Or they try gel and it's just not good for their lifestyle. Because we have to consider lifestyle also in your nail care. So I just wanted to put that out there so nobody just runs away from acrylic today. Okay, go back to And I'm not an acrylic tech, I'm a gel tech, but I do believe that the different systems work for different people. That's why we have options in the industry. Thank you.
Hi, this question is for Beverley specifically. Chillhouse was actually a huge inspiration for me when I was starting my own brand, and currently I'm just a gel tech from home. But I was wondering, considering that you're the senior product developer, if you could talk a little bit about the development of the Chillhouse tips, the press-on nails. I feel like before, from what I've observed in the industry, before you guys launched those, the press-on nails that were most widely available were usually like Kiss brand or Sally Hansen, and they were just like not really up to trend. And I feel like what you guys have done in terms of manufactured press-ons, it's so interesting. Could you enamor us with the story?
For sure. Well, I'm actually wearing a new spring tip today. She's called Fruit Hoops. I was on a red eye last night and I did not have time to go and get my nails done. So next best thing was press-ons. But no, great question. I'd love to chat more about it. In 2019, we opened up our second location in Soho, and then the pandemic hit. We weren't able to have our salon open. It affected everyone, and we still wanted to provide our services in some way and to be able to keep our business afloat, to pay our tax, to pay our rent, to pay, all these things. So we are the founder and CEO, Cindy Ramirez. She thought, well, I can reinvent press-ons. I can put some of our nail designs on press-ons and maybe even open it up to a wider audience. And it all happened super quickly. We took our top 4 designs in our lookbook from LES, Wavy Baby, which is a Matisse-inspired design, checked out, Gorgeous Periwinkle, and Discoteca, along with EIC. And those are really our core 4 at first. We found a great manufacturer in China who was able to create, a quality of press-on that we haven't seen before. But again, we didn't want to take away from the experience once we got back to real life post-COVID from the salon, right? So it's always bringing back and using that as the anchor. So it's press-ons, our chill tips are for people who can't come and visit us, right? But it's creating another pathway while still leaning into kind of our ethos of, creating self-expression through nail art, creating a moment of self-care. Yeah, I think I answered your question.
Yeah, no, it's interesting to hear the process of creating, having people create art in your salon first and foremost, and then taking what was selling the best and turning those into press-ons. I feel like I see a lot of people kind of working backwards on that, but I have yet to develop a press-on myself, but it's interesting to me, so thank you so much for sharing the process. Of course.
All right, we're gonna take one more question. I think I already have that person.
Hi ladies, my name is Angelica. I just wanted to ask, I'm a little bit seasoned now. I have 5 years of experience. So when it comes to resume building, I haven't taken time to make a nail resume. And I just wanted to know, would you guys recommend that this nail resume, is it okay for it to look like a standard traditional resume, or is there, some type of format that's preferred in this industry?
I mean, I would say have fun with it. You want to show off your designs, you want to show off your work, show off your shape, show off your finishes. What can you do, right? I would much rather prefer seeing pictures with a little explanation of how you did it, what you did, how long it took, as opposed to just, a ton of words on a page. I think that goes a lot further.
Great. And as far as any type of work with editorial or fashion week kind of things, what would you recommend? Just listing those things, or also photos and
If you have any photos from those events that you did, include those. Yeah.
I actually have a mock deck of how one looks editorial and then regular, so I could definitely give that to you after. I would love that. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you. Well, thank you both so much again for this wonderful panel discussion. It was a really cool discussion that we really had. Thank you so much to the audience. Thank you for all the questions. And that is a wrap. Thank you all so much for sharing.
Can y'all hear me? Awesome. All right, so at 3 o'clock, our speed networking session will begin. Some of you should have already received the nail swatch, but if you have not, please find my partner in crime, Purple, or me, and we'll put you one for a speed networking. So, thank you.
Hello, nice to meet you. I'm from DC. Oh, cool. A lot of people always ask me for nails of all types in DC, so I'll have to be a man. Because I want to have more choice. Yes. Are you living in DC now?
No, I live in Maryland.
Oh,
I'm born in DC, but I'm also in
it's funny, I've turned into a New York person where I just say DC when I mean it all. But yeah, it's easier. But yeah, well, I would say contact. But DMV.
Yeah. What's your name? My name is Asia.
Asia, I'll DM you.
All right.
Nice to meet you. Thanks for the session.
Yeah, you're welcome.